If you're waking up 3, 4, even 5 times every night to urinate, what I'm about to tell you might sound impossible, but it's backed by research from institutions like Harvard and the National Institutes of Health. I'm Dr. Natalia Parker, and I'm going to walk you through this clearly, because here's what most men over 60 don't realize. That constant urge, that weak stream, that feeling like you never fully empty your bladder, it's not just aging, it's your prostate sending you a warning signal. And if you ignore it, the problem doesn't stay the same. It gets worse, much worse. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you slept through an entire night without getting up to pee? Can you even remember? Most men can't. They tell themselves it's normal, part of getting older. But here's the truth. While some changes are inevitable, the severity of what you're experiencing right now is completely preventable. And I'm not talking about medications with side effects or expensive procedures. I'm talking about 5 specific habits, scientifically proven, that directly protect your prostate from inflammation, enlargement, and even cancer. The third one is going to surprise you. In fact, it's something most doctors won't discuss openly because of cultural taboos. But the research is undeniable, and I promise you, by the time we get there, you're going to understand why it matters so much. Now, before we dive into these habits, you need to understand what's actually happening inside your body right now. Your prostate is a small gland, about the size of a walnut, sitting right below your bladder. It wraps around your urethra, the tube that carries urine out of your body. When you're younger, this arrangement works perfectly. But after 50, and especially after 60, something changes. The prostate starts growing, and even though this growth is usually benign, it causes serious problems. This condition is called benign prostatic hyperplasia. According to the National Institutes of Health, more than 50% of men between 51 and 60 already show signs of prostate enlargement. After 70, that number jumps to over 80%. That means the vast majority of older men will deal with this. But here's where it gets critical. As your prostate grows, it presses against your urethra. It squeezes that tube, and suddenly, urinating becomes difficult. Your stream weakens. You feel like you can't fully empty your bladder. You strain, you wait, and worst of all, you start waking up multiple times every night. And that, gentlemen, destroys your quality of life. You don't sleep well. You're tired all day, irritable. Your partner complains because you're constantly getting in and out of bed. Your energy crashes. Your mood suffers. Everything suffers. But most men accept this as inevitable. They think, this is just what happens when you get old. No, that's where they're wrong. Science tells us there are natural, accessible, and effective ways to prevent this growth and even reverse symptoms with simple daily habits. That's exactly what we're covering today. And I'm telling you this because I've spent over 15 years working with men just like you. I've seen the relief in their eyes when they realize they don't have to live this way. I've watched them transform from exhausted, resigned, uncomfortable men into energized, confident, healthy men who sleep through the night and wake up feeling strong. And it starts with understanding these 5 habits. Let's begin with the first one, and this is more important than you think. Strategic hydration to reduce prostate inflammation. Now, when I say strategic hydration, I don't mean just drinking water randomly throughout the day. I mean timing your water intake intelligently, and this makes all the difference. As we age, our sense of thirst diminishes. Many men go hours without drinking water, and when they finally do drink, it's often too late. The result? Your urine becomes concentrated, acidic, filled with toxins that irritate your bladder and inflame your prostate. This buildup of waste damages internal tissues, weakens urine flow, increases urgent bathroom trips, and is one of the main reasons you wake up at night. But there's a simple adjustment that changes everything. Here's the recommendation. Hydrate well in the morning and throughout the day, drinking water gradually, little by little. Then reduce your intake in the evening. This improves bladder function, reduces pressure on your prostate, and helps your body eliminate toxins without overloading your urinary system while you sleep. A study published in the Journal of Urology involving over 2,000 men over 60 proved that this hydration strategy reduces nighttime symptoms, that feeling of incomplete bladder emptying, and frequent bathroom trips by up to 41%. Do you realize what that means? Almost half the improvement, just from drinking water intelligently. This tiny change costs nothing, but it can improve your sleep, protect your prostate, and make you feel significantly better the next day. Now, let's move to the second habit: walking briefly after meals to improve blood circulation to the prostate. And pay attention because this habit has a direct impact on prostate health, even though almost no doctor mentions it in consultations. It's something any man can do every day without spending a cent. No gym membership, nothing complicated. Just a short walk after your main meals. This simple movement after lunch and dinner activates crucial bodily functions, and the benefits go far beyond aiding digestion. Walking right after eating stimulates circulation in your pelvic region, sending more blood, oxygen, and nutrients directly to your prostate. This helps reduce inflammation, improve cellular oxygenation, and gradually normalize prostate function. Additionally, walking after meals helps control blood sugar levels. And this is important because diabetes is a known risk factor for prostate enlargement and for urinary symptoms becoming more severe. Another crucial point is its effect on inflammation throughout your body. A sedentary lifestyle, especially after eating, increases inflammatory markers in your system. Light movement reduces these substances and protects your tissues, including your prostate. In a study conducted by the University of São Paulo School of Medicine with men over 65, those who walked just 15 minutes after lunch and dinner had 35% less risk of developing moderate to severe prostate enlargement symptoms. And it doesn't have to be a long or strenuous walk. You don't need a treadmill or anything special. A light, consistent daily walk is enough, whether around your house, around the block, or even down your hallway. This is a habit that seems insignificant, but over the years, it protects your prostate impressively through consistency. Now, here's where most of you have been waiting. The third habit, and this is probably the one that will cause the most curiosity because almost no one dares to discuss it openly. I'm talking about maintaining regular sexual activity to protect and naturally cleanse your prostate. And yes, I know, this is one of the most effective habits for prostate health. But because of taboos and outdated beliefs, it's also one of the most ignored by older men. Let me explain why this is so important. Modern science is very clear on this. Regular ejaculation promotes a kind of internal cleansing of the prostate. It helps expel accumulated secretions, dead cells, and toxins that would otherwise remain there, building up in the gland. And this isn't just theory or my opinion, gentlemen. This is pure science. A study conducted by the Harvard School of Public Health, published in the journal European Urology, followed over 10,000 men for 2 complete decades. And you know what they discovered? Men who ejaculated at least 21 times per month had 33% less risk of developing prostate cancer throughout their lives. 33% less. That's not insignificant. But beyond the cleansing effect, sexual activity also improves blood flow to the pelvic area, relaxes the muscles surrounding the prostate, reduces stress levels, and improves your mood. All of this reduces local inflammation, which is a key factor in prostate problems. Now, let me clarify something important because I know many older men have questions about this topic. It doesn't matter whether you have a partner or not. What matters here is the frequency of ejaculation, whether with your wife, your partner, or if you're alone, through masturbation. Yes, you heard that right. Masturbation is a completely natural, safe, and effective way to keep your prostate healthy. There's nothing to be ashamed of. It's preventive medicine. Unfortunately, many men over 60 still approach this topic with guilt or shame. But look, from a medical perspective, as a urologist with over 15 years treating gentlemen like you, I'm telling you that maintaining an active sex life or regular ejaculation frequency is fundamental to caring for your prostate health. If you have any doubts or difficulties in this area, the best thing is to speak openly with your urologist. Denying or ignoring the topic doesn't protect you, but a mature and informed approach can save you from many problems. Comment below and let me know which of these habits surprised you most so far, because I see men from all over dealing with exactly this, and I want to know you're actually paying attention to what could change your life. The fourth habit is strategic nutrition to reduce the risk of prostate inflammation and cancer. This habit is linked to something you already do every day: eating, but perhaps you're doing it without the right intention or without knowing which foods actually protect your prostate. Because pay attention, there are specific foods that offer direct protection to the prostate, helping reduce inflammation, decrease the risk of benign enlargement, and even prevent the appearance of cancer cells. One of the most studied compounds in this regard is lycopene, a natural antioxidant present in foods like tomatoes, watermelon, and guava. This red pigment has very potent anti-inflammatory properties and acts directly on prostate tissue. A study published in the International Journal of Cancer demonstrated that men who consumed cooked tomatoes frequently, at least twice a week, had 28% less risk of developing prostate cancer. Another essential nutrient is zinc, present in pumpkin seeds, nuts, and seafood. Zinc helps balance hormone levels and maintains healthy prostate structure for years. Additionally, vegetables like broccoli, cauliflower, and cabbage contain compounds called sulforaphanes that support the body's detoxification processes and help prevent cellular changes in the prostate. So, ideally, your meals should be colorful and plant-based, include cooked tomatoes, leafy green vegetables, mineral-rich seeds, and a good source of lean protein consumed regularly. These foods act subtly but effectively, keeping your prostate less inflamed, better oxygenated, and with balanced metabolism. With proper management, nutrition becomes a form of preventive medicine and can be one of your best allies for protecting prostate health. And we reach the fifth and final habit: deep sleep to regulate hormones and protect prostate health. This habit is usually ignored by most men, but it has a much greater impact than you imagine. Good, deep, restorative sleep is essential for maintaining hormonal balance, which directly affects your prostate health. During deep sleep, especially in the most regenerative phases of the night, your body produces regulatory hormones like melatonin and growth hormone. Both have anti-inflammatory effects and protect prostate tissue. When sleep is interrupted, superficial, or insufficient, these hormonal cycles are disrupted, stress levels increase, free testosterone levels tend to drop, and general body inflammation increases. A study published in Cancer Epidemiology, Biomarkers and Prevention followed over 2,400 men for nearly a decade and discovered that those who suffered from sleep disorders had double the risk of developing aggressive forms of prostate cancer. The explanation is simple. Without quality sleep, your body cannot repair tissues effectively, leaving your prostate more vulnerable to inflammatory and degenerative processes. That's why it's crucial to create a restorative sleep environment, dark, quiet, with a consistent schedule for going to bed and waking up. Avoid screens an hour before sleeping. Don't consume coffee or alcohol at night, and if possible, sleep in a cool room. This isn't a luxury, gentlemen. It's a prevention strategy. Sleeping deeply not only restores your mind, but also protects your prostate every night. So there you have them, the 5 daily habits that protect your prostate after 60 years. Strategic hydration, walking after meals, regular sexual activity, nutrition with lycopene and zinc, and deep restorative sleep. These aren't tips pulled from nowhere. They're strategies backed by rigorous scientific research from institutions like Harvard, the National Institutes of Health, and world-class universities. The best part? None of these habits require you to spend money on expensive treatments, costly medications, or risky surgeries. They're changes you can start making today, right now, in your own home. And believe me, the difference they can make in your quality of life is enormous. Imagine sleeping through the entire night without getting up to use the bathroom. Imagine urinating with a strong, steady stream. Imagine living without that discomfort and constant worry. I've seen it with my own eyes in my over 15 years of practice, how these habits transform older men's lives. I've seen gentlemen arrive at my office overwhelmed, tired, resigned to living with the problem, and after adopting these changes, they return with a smile, with energy, feeling like new men. So, my invitation to you today is this: choose one of these 5 habits and start today. You don't have to do all 5 at once. Start with the one that seems easiest, the one that makes the most sense to you, and gradually add the others. Consistency is what makes the difference, not perfection. And remember, gentlemen, your health is in your hands. Don't wait for symptoms to get worse. Don't wait for the doctor to tell you that you already need surgery. Prevention is your best weapon. And these 5 habits are your shield against prostate problems. Take care of yourself, take care of your body, because you only have one, and it has to last you many more years. If this kind of content helps you, if you want more clear explanations on topics other doctors won't discuss openly, subscribe to the channel because here we talk about what almost no one explains with this level of honesty and clarity. Start today and you'll see the results.